Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing good. Uh, Today I am going to explain you about the flowering plants. So in my last video, I have explained you the Protista kingdom, Monera kingdom, and online classes I have already explained you fungi kingdom and about the planty kingdom non-flowering part, that it is divided into three categories: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Now today I am going to start flowering plant. So flowering plant, as you can see, they have true roots, they have true stems, leaves and um, branches and all the other well developed uh, plant parts. So flowering plants have stem, leaves and all other uh, truly developed plants part. They are also called as phanerogams. They are called as phanerogams. So remember this term. Now on the basis of the placement of their seeds, whether their seeds have seed coat, they are or not, or they are properly enclosed or not, they are divided into two types: gymnosperms and angiosperms. So based on their placement of the seed, their flowering plants are further divided into gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms, they do not have true flowers. So you can see they do not have true flowers. Underline this line, they bear cones. So in the next page you can see their structure, figure 2.16, cones of uh, pine plant. You can see a cone like structure. So this is a which is yellow in color. This is a male cone and this is pink one is a female cone. So you can see this is a cone like structure. So usually gymnosperms bear the cones. It is written here. Their seeds are also not placed in the enclosed structure. They do not have the seed coat. So they where they are present, so they developed inside the cones only. So inside the cone only their seeds are present. Cones, they contain both male type and female type of cones. So male cones, underline this line, male cones produce pollen grains, and like stamen produce the pollen grains, and these pollen grains which are present inside the male cone, they are easily pollinated by wind and they reach to the female cones, and that female cone which is blue in color, which is pink in color in case of uh, pine, they contain ovules, and we all know that ovules develop into seed. So the concept is same, but you should remember that flowering plants, gymnosperms, they do not have the proper seed. So that's why their seed present inside the cones only. So male cones contain the pollen grains, which is the male gamete, and female contain the ovary part. So gymnosperm, what is the meaning of gymnosperm? Gymnos means naked and sperma means seed. So in short also you can say in that they have naked seed. Their seeds are not enclosed with the seed coat or any other part or any other membrane. So they are either trees or bushes uh, with root, stems and leaf. They are also evergreen. They are evergreen plants. Gymnosperms are evergreen plants because they do not shed their leaves all the time. During season changing in season, they do not shed their leaves. So they do not shed their leaves all the time. So they are evergreen plants. Their leaves are long and needle shaped. So in the hilly areas, pines and all, they are having the needle shaped seeds, leaves, so they can easily, they are long in size, they are needle shaped, so they can their leaves are not damaged by snow or frost in the hilly areas. And this thin or needle shaped leaves helps to conserve the water also. So it prevents transpiration also. So these plants mainly grow in hilly areas, mountain areas and cold areas. So many examples are given. You can see pine, fir, cedar, ginkgo, juniper, cycas, etc. So you can learn any four, three or four. Now, same way, angiosperm category is given here. You can see angiosperm bear the flowers. They have the true flowers, like they have the proper sepal, petal and stamen and pistil. So they bear the true flowers, hence they have fruits also, and their seeds are properly enclosed in a seed coat and other membranes. So they are not naked. So they have the properly enclosed seed. We all know seed develop in the female part, ovary, and ovary develops into fruit. We all know that ovary develops into fruit, and seed, which is or ovules, which is present inside the ovary part of the flower, turn into seed only. So ovary develops into fruit, and seeds have seed leaves. So underline this line. Seed leaves are also called cotyledons. Cotyledons contain the store food for the baby plant. So after fertilization, this cotyledons give rise into the tiny leaflet or plantlets, and which contain the embryo also, baby plant. So seed leaves, this cotyledons, they store the food which is used by the embryo when it after germination, when it comes out first leaf. So during that time, embryo get food from the cotyledons only. Then embryo grows into a new plant, and when the seed germinate and turn into a fully grown plant. Now, angiosperm, what is the meaning of this term? Angion means a case or a cover, or sperma means seed. So they are the most highly evolved plant. They have the proper true structures, plant structures. They are most connumerous of all the plant types. They have well developed root, stem and leaf. So they are just opposite to gymnosperms. Now here you can see differences between are given clearly. First one is first characteristics of flower. So based on the flower, we can see here gymnosperm, they do not produce flowers, they have cones, and whereas angiosperm, they produce flowers and even seeds. Now in terms of seeds, their seeds are naked, and their seeds are enclosed by a fruit wall or seed coat, other membrane. Now ovules, they in the case of gymnosperm, ovules are not located in the ovary, whereas in the angiosperm case, ovules are attached or enclosed into the ovary, and these ovules turn in after fertilization converts into seed. Now vascular tissue. So plants have, from the tissue chapter, plants have two vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. So in the gymnosperms, xylem and phloem both are absent. So xylem lacks vessels and phloem lacks companion cells. So it is not fully it is incomplete. Xylem and phloem is not properly developed, whereas in the angiosperm, xylem contain vessel and phloem contain companion cell, and these cells are very important, vessels and companion cell, for the transportation and from the translocation of the water, minerals and food. Now fifth part is microspores and megaspores. Microspores and megaspores, they are produced by male and female cones. So microspores are produced in the anther, which is a stamen part, and megaspore are produced in the ovules and ovary of the part, so which is present in the pistil part. Level of evolution, so it is a very primitive, it is a very old primitive, they are the very primitive plants, seed bearing plant, where their seeds are not and their seeds are naked, their seeds are not enclosed with the membrane, and they are highly evolved plants. So over a period of time, they evolved and they have grown, they have true roots, stems and leaves. So this is all about the differences. From the differences you will get the idea easily. So remember at least two example. So one give reason type question is given. Though sugarcane and mint are angiosperms, why we generally do not see their flowers? So because we cut them based on our need. Before maturing them, we cut so that their flowers will not be able to produce. So this is because we cut them for our needs, because they mature to produce flower. So sugarcane, we all know that sugarcane, we are just making sugar. People are cutting it before maturing, or before flowers uh, grown from inside. Now, depending on the number of cotyledons, angiosperms are further divided into monocotyledons and dicotyledons, two groups. Mono means one and di means two. So in monocotyledons plant, they have only one cotyledons. Their seeds have only one cotyledon. So in the case of like wheat, maize, rice, grasses, they have only single cotyledon. You can see here this part, single cotyledon. So single cotyledon, these are the area where plant store the food for the embryo. So monocotyledons plants, they are also called as monocots. So monocots contain only one cotyledons. On the other hand, dicotyledons, they have the two. So like pea, if we will remove the outer covering of the pea seed, matar ka dana and all, pea seed, then you can remove you can see this type of structure. You can open it and you can see the two cotyledons in the pea plant, same as in the pea, in the bee, kidney bean, also gram also, chole, chana, brinjal, mango, we will see the two cotyledons like this. So a dicot seed split open and a monocot seed. So dicot seed contain two cotyledon as in gram, pea, bean, brinjal, mango, etc. And they are also called as dicots. Now one activity is given. In this activity, what you need few materials like bean, maize, bowl, water and hand lens. So you have to take few seeds and you have to soak them for overnight in water. Next morning take out the seeds and gently remove, because these seeds are very hard. So over a night, water will absorb into it. When we will soak the under the water, the seed coat will become soft, and we can remove it gently, and we can split it, we can open it, and we can absorb with the help of hand lens. You can see this part, this whitish part here, you can see here in the maize also and rice also. So you can easily see with the help of hand lens, you can see the cotyledons, whether the seed is monocot or dicot. So when we will see under this, we can easily see that bean seed is dicotyledon and maize is the monocot seed. So this is all about. Now checkpoint number 3 is given. Gymnosperm bear flowers. So this statement is false, because gymnosperm bear the cones, not flowers. In angiosperm, seed develop in the ovary. So this statement is true. Now dicotyledon seeds bear two seed leaves. So third statement is also true. Now so please read the chapter and solve other exercises given on the page number 38. In the next video or online class, we will solve the other exercises given on page number 38, and question answers also we will do. So thank you and have a nice day. God bless you all.